Because I am soon going to be going to university, I have been doing a massive, like, full-scale tidy. This meant that I found some really interesting things. This box here is like stuff that I don't want anymore. So I have a poo-chi, complete with bone. There's a couple of like clipboards in the bottom of there. I don't know where they come from. Lots of hair things that I obviously don't need anymore. My Furby. I don't know whether I've told you the scary Furby story, but I'm going to tell it again anyway. It was a bit broken, like, before it's been sat in the cupboard for years. It used to, every time you tried to wake it up, it would just go, ooh, me sleep again. Ah, woo, because that's snoring. Ah, woo. And it did this one night. In the middle of the night, I was woken up by a Furby yelling, ooh, me sleep again. Ah, woo, ah, woo. Ah, woo! You have never known fear until you have been woken up in the middle of the night by a Furby. Seriously. I have a Sudoku thing. That's a bit outdated now. I have a whole bunch of hair bubbles. These are my interesting hair bubbles. These are like bang on the door was the thing. I don't know if you can see that. So there's a zebra. Cat. The idea is you put them in and then they're like sort of animals, because their tails and their legs and their heads all sort of wrap around and make it work. I could never get it to work. It just looked weird. Dog, an elephant with a flowery tail. I think it's well, it looks like a platypus. It might be meant to be a duck or something a bit less unusual, but I think it is a platypus. That's definitely a platypus with 4 legs. GCSE science revision notes. I didn't even know I had that when I was doing my GCSEs. Some of the interesting stuff that I found that I am keeping include 101 things to do to become a superhero or evil genius. A rather extensive collection of red noses. Nose 2005 is my favourite. A keyring Etch-a-Sketch, which I used to take to boring school things and play with. My old recorder, which I can't play. I got it because I wanted to be like Tilly on Tots TV and never actually learnt to play it. My space ice cream. A collection of rather old and incredibly outdated CDs. At least I didn't find my tape collection. I think that's in the loft. Including like a copy of S Club Juniors. I mean, come on. My yearbook from the end of year 11, which is the end of GCSEs and before you go to college/sixth form, if you're not familiar with our system. There is me as a Teletubby in that corner with half my face chopped off. I was poor, I had a scooter and everything. I took him a micro scooter, which, yeah, is another thing I still have. That's in the garage. There's me looking very festive and with bunches. Look at my bunches, aren't they brilliant? Bunches are cool, clearly. That's why I still have some. Some old OS maps from when I decided that doing D&V was a good idea. It wasn't. Well, actually those two are from D&V. That one is like the one we had to get for geography because that's the one for where we live-ish. So that doesn't have anything interesting written on it. These do. Because these have been out, these have been in the wild. These have been used. They've been sellotaped back together. They've been dropped in puddles. They've been folded and refolded and so many times. There's our roots, look. Oh, how I hated D&V. These ones weren't so bad. They were relatively flat. More roots. Oh, that one goes. Oh, that one was awkward because you had to cross over to the other half of the map. These, my friends, these would be Crazy Bones. And they were eventually banned in school. And that is Sharky. one of the rarest Crazy Bones, although apparently the grey one isn't rare. But I got him in my first packet ever. We used to get them from the ice cream man. And then this one has Pokemon Tazos in. These were amazing. Seriously. You've got Pikachu / Raichu. These are all like the gold and silver era Pokemon. Cyndaquil, Ho-Oh, Lugia. I like Lugia. Lugia is my favourite. Oh, I've got Totodile and Chikorita, the other starter Pokemon. I had Cyndaquil, Elekid, Quagsire, Marill, Wobbuffet, Sudowoodo, Slowking, Togepi. Togepi's pretty cool. Wooper. That is it, I think. So, hope you found that interesting. Now I have to put all this away. That'll be fun. Bye.